One of the things I did today for the jam is these interesting little spawn circle spawn-ins for all of these little eyeballs. So if we take a look at the actual effect here, I'm going to click and it's going to come in with, first of all, a bunch of stuff on the ground that's rotating, something that spawns and circles around the area that the eye is going to come in at, and then the eye spawns in, just plonked in, and the rest of it despawns. So right now the whole effect kicks off on pointer click. This is using mesh picking inside of Bevy. So whenever I click onto this plane that we have here, it fires a new click event, during which really all we do is spawn one hierarchy. We've got a spawn circle at the root, a spawn circle base as a child. What the base is just a plane with a base color texture and some additional data, including the spawn time and some color. What we're doing here is effectively using one texture and rotating the UVs based on which channel we're using. So this is the actual texture. So on the right-hand side, you can see the texture, and on the left, you can maybe see how that texture comes in. You can see that the edges are actually animating in different directions. This one image is all that's required to make this plane effect. And to get that to happen, we're using a rotation matrix on the UVs. And the TLDR is, since UVs are 0 to 1 in both direction, we're moving the space such that the center 0.5, 0.5 is at 0, 0 by subtracting 0.5 from both U and V, and then adding it back after we do the rotation, which in this case gives us the R value and the G value. It turns out actually that I don't really need the third channel for the plane, and this is just wingdings around the side. And that's about it. Other than that, it's just a regular extended material. So the other thing that we have here is timers. I now have this spawn circle plugin. It has two custom materials. One is the shader that we just looked at. One is a shader for the column. So if I click again here, you can see the plane and then the column. It would probably be useful to add more elements, maybe another column, maybe two columns, who knows. And then Perlin noise for the column based on the UVs, scaled in such a way that you can't really see the top of the column here. And the rest of it is just a couple of systems, a couple of timers, and some extra observers to take the cylinder, which you can see in Blender here, which I've cut the top and the bottom off of. And you can see how I've set up the UVs here with a couple of components, cylinder material, which is the thing that gets the observer, the on-add observer, not shadow caster, not shadow receiver, a couple other things. Overall, it's a pretty decent effect. There's definitely still more that can be done here. It can be a better effect. It can always add a couple more elements, but I think that this is a good element to add to the game that I'm pretty happy with in terms of how to spawn things in.